Welcome back to the Venom Workshop. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be, I'm going to show you how to take off the seat on your X22GT. Not just the back seat, that's an easy one, that's just with the key, but also this one as well, so that you can get down to the carburetor, things like that. You don't need any crazy tools. You need a number 5 Allen key, and you will need a Phillips screwdriver, and that is all. So, we might as well just get right to it. It's not a huge job. So let's drop you down to about there. Now, this one is super easy. It's just the key. And if you feel right underneath here where my finger is right there, key inserts there. And then it just unlocks the back seat and you can just take it off. Now, I've been riding for a lot of years. So when I ride, all my paperwork, all that stuff for my bike, my ownership, my registration, and my insurance, there's a handy dandy little spot right here. You can just take this elastic off and you can slip it underneath there. Or your wallet, something like that. You can stick it underneath there and it'll hold it in place, and then it doesn't move around or anything like that, and you have it right there. Now, the only time you're really going to want to take the driving seat off itself is if you want to do service underneath. But to take this seat off, it's just like I said, it's not going to be a key. You're going to have to manually take that off. It doesn't take a lot to take it off, but you still have to take it off. So all you have to do, this, like I said, in number 5, I just have it on a driver. Then you just put your fingers underneath this fairing right here, give it a quick pull towards you, and it'll pop off. There's some little rubber grommets here that hold it in place. Then you're going to need your Phillips screwdriver. Well, you don't actually need your Phillips screwdriver, but if you're accessing the carb, you might as well take this fairing off as well. And then on the other side, it's going to be the exact same thing. So we're going to go ahead to the other side and we'll take that off. But now to take the seat off, there's a bolt right underneath here. Again, it's just a number 5. On some model years, it's a 10 mil bolt. So it's not really going to make a difference. But on some model years, rather than use the Allen bolt, they went with just a number 10. So put my bolts all in there, and then we'll go to the other side. And we're just going to do the exact same thing on this side. And it's going to be the same thing. Take this one off first. Again, just put your fingers underneath, give it a quick pull towards you. And when you put those down, put them down laying down on the back so you don't scratch the face of it. Just like that. Remove that. And then we can remove our last bolt for our seat. And the seat is very easy to take off. Lift up at the front a little bit and then just slide it back and up. And the reason you slide it back and up is there's some little tabs here and they hook down inside here. And that is how you take the seat off, so you can get good access to your carburetor, your wiring. So your carburetor's down there. All the wiring's on the other side, so we'll go to that. So your CDI, all those things are right in here. Your solenoid's right here. All your electronics basically are right there at that side. So that's why you would have to remove your seat and get that off. But I mean, it's really easy to do any sort of service with these two seats off. This seat on the back here, one of the reasons I like to remove this one, other than the storage, is for your signal lights and your license plate light. All the service for that is right here. And you want to make sure to leave that rubber boot on, just so if water splashes up and stuff like that, it doesn't mess up your contact points. So that makes it easier to service. Like I said, it's really nice to just shove your insurance and stuff and all that down in there. Then if you ever do get pulled over, you can tell the police right away, no problem. It's just under my back seat. Just give me a moment and let them get up. So it's that simple. So now let's go ahead and we're going to put our stuff back on. We'll put our seat back on. We'll start on the other side because that's where I left my bolt tray. Okay. And now to put our seat back on, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to want to put our tabs in the holes and then just slide forward like that, and the seat's down, and that's where it's supposed to go. Then we can go ahead and we can just put our bolts in and it holds our seat on. Tighten. Then our next little one goes on next. It goes up and right underneath there like that. Then we can just take our screwdriver, and I just left that screw a little bit loose just so I can go ahead and line up my bolt here rather than fight the fairing to do it. Just like that. Now, if you notice that your little rubber tabs here, see there's a little rubber plug and it's being forced through the hole, it's already popped through. All you have to do is take it, put it back in like this, and just line it right back up with the hole, just like that. So it's nice and straight. So when we do put our new our fairing back on, we can line up these tabs with the little rubber grommets. And you just want to kind of put it in at an angle like that and then pop it in. There you go. Then we can put our last bolt on this side. There we go. Now we can scoot around to the other side and we'll put the other fairings back on. There we go. Put our seat bolt back on. Tight like that, and then our rubber grommet, we got one that's pushed in here, so we're going to pop it out and we'll fix it just like that. We can take our last fairing, same thing, just put it at an angle like that, line it up with your rubber grommets. There we go, and push it in. Now we can just go ahead and put our last bolt in. Just like that. Now all we have to do is to put our rear seat back on. And that's the rear view. So the rear seat, when it goes on, what you have to do is line up these tabs right here. Put those right there. And then once that hooks into place like that, push it down like that, and it's locked. And it's not going to go anywhere. And that's the video. That's how you remove your rear seat, or your both seats on your X22 GT 250.